I want to talk about the differences between the regular Blue Ghost and the Blue Ghost Plus. There's not very many differences, but you need to know. First thing we need to do is flip these over, and we need to get the covers off. All right, so now that we have it off, you can definitely tell the difference right away. So this screw terminal has a couple of extra spots that this one doesn't. Also, the other difference is going to be right here with these two pieces. All of those additional components mean that you can have a Bluetooth switch for a relay. So the Blue Ghost Plus over here is going to have 4 additional relays that you can control on and off with your phone. I'm gonna show you how to wire it up real quick. You can see here that it's actually very, very simple. We're obviously using the extra terminals that we have now as the outputs out to what we're gonna wire up. The main difference here is going to be that we are using the other 2 power and grounds. The first 2 power and ground terminals are used for the color shifting, the colorful mode, the addressables, whatever you want to call them. That's what they're used for. They're not used for the relays. The relays get their own separate thing and they're 12 volt only. So you can see it says 5 volt and ground. And on this side, it's 5 volt, ground, 12 volt. The ground and 12 volt is what we're using on this side.
I didn't explain this super well, but you still have to wire up the 5 volt and ground section because that is what turns on the Blue Ghost. The 12 volt and ground is what powers the relays. They are separate, but you still have to wire up both in order to make the relays work.
We come over here, you can see this is what we're gonna use as our testers. We're gonna light up a couple of these hearts. Each one, this heart, this heart, this heart, this heart is going to be on a separate relay over here. We have 4 relays. All of the grounds are gonna be shared with the main ground here, and each power is going to go to a separate relay. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I just found out that the red one is not working. It won't light up. So now yellow is going to be 3. Once you have everything wired up, you are ready to actually connect to your Blue Ghost module. So go ahead and connect. Connecting. There it goes. Okay, so this is your home page. All of this is going to be for the color shifting, as we already know. What we need to go to is the lightning bolt down here. To actually turn these on, all you have to do is hit the 1, 2, 3, and 4. For some reason, the number 1 isn't turning purple on mine. It's probably just some glitch in the current app. Sure, they'll fix that in the future update. So as you can see, we have switch number 1 turned on. In the drop-down menu, we have several different options. So this is pulse width modulation. We're not really gonna be able to see that with the LEDs, so that's not gonna be super helpful. Strobe, that's pretty cool. You can just set it to whatever you want. I can see that being helpful on like police cars and stuff. We can also set it to fire with a specific trigger, meaning like the input from the car. So right now it's set to all of them, but you just click on it and it'll turn it off. So now it's set to none of the triggers. I think the most useful is going to be parking light. If you wanted to turn on some LEDs or something like with your parking lights at night, that seems to be the most useful to me, but people have different ideas. So that one's pretty cool. So all of these can actually be set to different things. So right now we have them all set to a different style. So the first one, pulse width modulation. If you had some sort of like DC motor, or if you had some sort of like pump that required pulse width modulation, number 1 would be perfect for that. Number 2 obviously is just the basic on off. Triggered, and then strobe, and they will all work separately from each other. So like this is a pretty good example. We can set the strobe to be different for every single one, just like that. And they're all still working just fine. The last thing I wanted to show you is that you can add it to the homepage. So right now they're all on the top. So as soon as you open your app, if you have them installed, you don't have to go to this tab, the lightning bolt tab. You can just go to your home tab and they're all right there, which is pretty sweet. Turn them off like that. Of course, if you have your color shifting mods done, then you can also do your color shifting mods right here. I have not done a build that requires these extra relays yet, so it's not super common that people are going to use them, but I could definitely see it for like off-road trucks and stuff like that that want to have their custom headlights and they want to have like all their LED pods and LED bars running from the same module, this would be perfect for that.